vetiver farming. Today we are going to understand about vetiver farming technology. Vetiver is also known as cuss of uh, a lot of people might remember that it's a uh, green mocktail drink we often drink in summers, just like ruafza. Cuss, this mocktail is made out of the cuss roots. Okay. So basically, as you can see in this picture, the person holding the cuss plant is looking at the roots. So basically, these roots are used to make the cuss or vetiver essential oil. Okay, so it has a very sweet note to it and very earthy note, and uh, it's a plant which grows, which needs about 1 year to grow, and after that we harvest its roots. Okay, so basically it's a native plant of India, and if we let it grow, it is actually a perennial plant, so basically it never dies. Okay, so its leaves are like, just like shrubs, as you can see in this video, the plant over here. And so its roots basically contain a very valuable and essential oil, which is known as vetiver essential oil. So it is very valuable also. So it is very valuable, and also because like just out of 1,000 kgs of roots, these roots which are below the plant, we have a yield of around 1 to 1.5% of oil. So basically from 1,000 kgs of roots, we get just 10 to 15 kgs of oil. Okay. So it's a very hardy plant, and it tolerates a wide range of soil, from saline to a very alkaline soil it can bear. So as you can see, it can bear from pH 3 to 12.5, 13 also. It can also tolerate very high amount of TDS water. Okay, so in high TDS, I'm talking about, I mean by 6,000, 7,000 TDS, and it can also bear a very high and low temperature. So right from 3 degrees Celsius till 56 to 60 degrees Celsius also it can bear. Okay, and it grows uh, it grows well even under drought situations and even in waterlogged situations. Uh, in waterlogging, wherever there is waterlogging, it does not affect vetiver, and even yeah, due to this feature, it is being planted on the river banks to control soil erosion. Okay, so all these features suggest us that it is a very hardy plant. Okay, so any people in India who have land where there is water stagnation, water logging is there, they can definitely plant vetiver. Okay, so what are the uses of vetiver? So if you see that it is used in perfumery as an active compound and as a fixative. As a base, it is used to uh, basically to it decides like for how much time the aroma is going to stay. So it is used in all the perfumes, as it is a basic oil, so it is used in the base. Okay, so there's a huge demand of these essential oil, of the vetiver essential oil in the countries which are in the perfume business. So for example, Italy, France, their perfume are very famous all around the world. So they use our Indian and and Haiti vetiver in their perfumes. Okay, so cosmetics also it is used a lot, and then cleaning and home products, food and soft drinks. Khash sharbat, you might guys might have heard of. In khash sharbat, it is used a lot. Then in pan masala industry, it is used a lot. So in Rajnigandha, the masala which is very much common in North India. People eat a lot, so it is used in that. Okay, and aromatherapy it is also used as it helps with depression and ADHD. Okay, so here are some pictures I have put in wherever its uses are. So in pan masala industry, you can see Rajnigandha. Rajnigandha is just an example in all the pan parag and all the famous pan masalas. Some part of it is used. So it gives an earthy note. If you see in the pan masala, there's an earthy note that comes out of vetiver only. Okay, and then there's khash sharbat. This is a very famous product of Patanjali. So it is used a lot, and in summers it's a very popular drink. uh, One there's Ruh Afza and the second one is this Khash Sharbat. So it is green in color. Okay. So the oil is basically brown in color, but the this beverage is green in color. Okay. And then there's perfume Ferrari company that is shown over here. So all these big perfume companies they use vetiver oil a lot because without the vetiver oil, their perfume cannot be made. Okay. So we talk about climatic conditions. We talk about farming of this vetiver crop. So basically, it is possible to do farming of vetiver in all over India. So the suitable soils are loamy, sandy loam, and light soils. And black soil is also favorable. And basically, light soil is also very much preferred because the roots grow very good in these light soils. Okay, but black soil is also not bad. Obviously, it's a very good soil, and very types of soil it can be done. Okay, rain fed, it can be done in under rain fed conditions also, and it can be done on dry lands also where there is very less rain, like in regions of Rajasthan can be done. It is very like very rugged crop, so it thrives very well. Okay, so low and waterlogged areas. So in a lot of areas in Bihar, it is being done, and because like for 3 4 months there is waterlogging in those areas, so Bihar farmers have done this a lot, and it has done given very good results in those soils and those waterlogged areas also. So saline and alkaline land also is no problem for this. Okay, so land preparation is at least two deep loins are required with man. After that, manures and fertilizers should be uh, base should be given. And if we talk about the planting seasons, July to February is a very good season, and basically, the way in which North India it is done is like it's a 11 month, 10 months to 11, 12, 13, 14 months. This is the range. So people what generally do is they plant in February and or January, or they plant is February in generally. So basically from February till December, January they do it. And in January when there is a little bit winter. Okay, all over India also, even in south region, we have not much days of winter, but still it is a bit cold in January. So wherever you are living, you should try to harvest it in the coldest part, coldest month of your region. So in North India, January is the coldest month. So what people do is do it from February till December, January, and in December only they start, the harvesting of the roots. Okay. So because in winters all the oil goes to the roots, so we get the maximum yield. Okay. In order to save the plant, it uses its own oil to save the plant. So all the oil is passed on to the roots, and at that time we do the harvesting. Okay. Now, cuss planting material. So these, you can see these are the slips of cuss vetiver. We have little bit of roots, and then these slips should be at least around 1 feet to 1.5 feet. They should be planted, and They are propagated from the vetiver mother plant, but the mother plant should be at least minimum, it should be older than 2 years. So out of those plants, the vetiver slips are extracted. So planting is done, plant to plant distance should be 1 feet and row to row distance should be 1.5 feet. In February, irrigations, if we talk about, so February to June, two irrigations per month. Then in monsoon, no irrigation is required, and winter, one irrigation per month. So in total, if we see, we need at least 10 to 12 irrigations in a year. Okay, weeding 1 to 2 is important. So just after 1 month, the field the weeding should be done. Okay, you can also plant it in the row system, so that way weeding becomes very easy, and machines can also be used or you know to do the weeding. Then intercrop, it can be done in the orchards also, but we would like to suggest, like in this picture it is shown, it is done in between eucalyptus, but I would like to suggest in the open field, um, because it gives much better results, and we have observed, like we did 2 3 crops in this eucalyptus. So I would not recommend to do it in between eucalyptus or any other crop, because it needs full sunlight. So it's mentioned over here, but I would request you to not do it in shade areas. Okay, so because its growth is impacted. Okay, so I don't think so, like you should do it, so should skip this. Now, if we talk about harvesting, harvesting is completed during December and January when the oil is highest in the roots. Prior to digging, the top vegetative portion has to be cut. Digging can be done manually as well as mechanically. Okay, so manually, a person can dig each and every root, and mechanically, if one does. So there is a machine which comes, which you tie behind a tractor, and you have to plant in row only, and it keeps on digging the row. Okay, so I think that is much better. Earlier we used to do it with JCB, uh, but now those tractor implements are there, so we do not use JCB. So with JCB, the expense is somewhere around 17 to 20,000 or 15 to 20,000, but with that mechanical implement, the expense is around 5,000, 4 to 5,000, very low. So distillation must be completed within the month after digging, and distillation of roots takes about 40 to 50 hours. Okay, so here you can see that the roots were like this earlier, and now they have been cut, they have been dug out, and they have been cut, and now the person is putting it inside the distillation unit, in which the oil is through which the oil is extracted. Okay, I will explain about the distillation unit in some time. So basically, he is filling the distillation tank with the roots, and now after that, what we have to do is for 40 to 50 hours, the distillation unit is run. So basically, it is like a pressure cooker. The steam which is generated is condensed, so it is cooled down due with the help of water. So when the steam is cooled down, the vetiver oil molecules also cool down, and then when this is a separator in which the oil and water falls in. So water gets separated on this side. This is a separator. It's just such a thing that oil gets collected on the right side and water gets collected on the left side. So what we have to do very carefully, we have to take out the oil, okay, and fill it in our stainless steel uh, container, stainless steel or aluminum container. Okay, I'll show you the distillation unit also. So first you will see how we store the oil. So this oil is a very expensive oil. It ranges from 15 to 22,000 rupees per kg. So it should be stored in aluminum containers or SS containers. So this is a huge container, but you can use that 5 kg or 10 kg one SS container also, in which you put or collect your milk. Okay, so let's talk about the economics of it. So about uh, a well-managed crop yields to about 12 to 15 quintals of roots, 1200 to 1500 kgs of root, which yields to a minimum of 12 to 15 kg of oil in 12 months. Okay, 10 to 13, 14 months you can say. That is the duration of the crop. Okay. One second. Now the economics is cost of cultivation is 60,000 per acre, digging, distillation, farming practices. Okay, so this will be around 60,000 rupees per acre, 12 to 15 kg of oil per acre. So the prevailing rate of the market is right now is 18,000 rupees. Okay, so somewhere if we minus the expenses, the net income will be from 1 acre of this crop in 1 year will be 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. Okay. So I have given the minimum figures over here and the maximum also sometimes goes beyond 2 lakhs also, 2.25 lakhs also. Okay. With 18,000 rupees currently prevailing rate, minimum oil you can say 12,000 rupees. So we would say around you will get around a revenue of 2,16,000 rupees minus the expenses 60,000 and that will be 1,56,000 rupees. Okay. And so let's move forward. But basically, this is a distillation unit. You can see over here. In this distillation unit, what we do is basically it's a cooker. It's you can assume it as a pressure cooker. So basically, what happens is there's water down over here. So we heat the water. We use the leftover vetiver herbage from on the top herbage that is dried out, and then it is put inside this batti or furnace. So what happens that this the fire warms up, heats up the water, and water steam passes through the planting material, and it then passes through this tube. It comes into the distillation unit. Now the steam which passes through the planting material also has the steam of the essential oil in it. So basically, what happens is this in this condenser, we have inlet pipe which is down here, and the outlet pipe which you can see at the top where my cursor is the outlet pipe. So what happens is the cool water comes down from here, the normal temperature water comes down from here, and it passes over there. So here in this condenser, what is happening is there are around 60 to 70 other 1 centimeter uh, wide tubes through which the steam is passing, and from outside this water is cooling those tubes. So what happens if we cool the steam of water? It becomes oil. Sorry, it becomes water. The steam molecules become the water molecules become water, and the oil molecules become oil. This oil falls in this separator. This is a different separator. For vetiver, we have a different separator. As we saw, this is a separator for vetiver. Okay. And from this separator, we extract the oil like this and we fill it into our aluminum or this, as you can see, the SS container, which is being filled with the oil. And then we weight the oil. Okay, so in this case, you can see this 6.5 kg of vetiver essential oil. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, so per acre, if you see the economics of this crop is around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. Okay, and it can be done in waterlogged areas also. It can be done in variety of soils also. Okay. One more thing I'd like to cover is that a lot of people would be having this doubt that what is the cost of this distillation unit? Because without distillation unit, you cannot take out the essential oil. This is very important for the crop. Okay. So this distillation unit cost around 3.5 lakh rupees. Okay, and uh, the capacity of that unit is 500 kg. Okay, and then there's 1 ton also that costs somewhere around 4.5 to 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so if we do around 2 acres or 3 acres of farming in 1 acre, this machine will be 2 acres of farming in 1 acre. This machine will be free in the first year itself. So what you can do is you can plant 5 acres or 6 acres. So your machine will be free in first year itself. Apart from extracting the vetiver essential oil, this can also extract lemongrass essential oil, peppermint essential oil, and eucalyptus essential oils. So around 15 to 20 types of essential oils can be extracted from this unit alone. So in the meanwhile, when you're not doing vetiver, you can extract a lot of crops that might be happening in your area, like marigold is a very prevalent crop, marigold oil, essential oil. So once a person buys this unit, he enters into the aroma industry, essential oil industry, and he can do not only vetiver, he can do all types of crops with the help of this unit. Okay, so you have to buy this unit if you want to do vetiver farming. Okay, otherwise you will have to search for any other person who has this unit in your region, and there you will have to take your roots and get extracted the oil out of it. So I end my presentation over here. If you guys have any doubts, you can ask me. Ms. Rajni?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sameer, for the presentation. So I'll take up the questions which I've received from my team.
Okay, ma'am.
A few questions you might have already answered. Still, I'll read out. So the first question is, what are the ideal soil and climatic conditions for vetiver cultivation?
Ideal soil and climatic conditions. So
Yes.
ideal soil would be, I think, sandy loam soil, and ideal weather condition would be mm, summer where there's summer, and winters are there, but but I would not suggest this crop for too much of higher altitude, like in the hilly regions in north. I would not recommend this crop above like um, like above this altitude, a very high altitude. I would not recommend this crop in Jammu and Kashmir region. Apart from that, it can be done anywhere all over India.
Okay. And how long does it take for vetiver roots to be ready for essential oil extraction?
Ma'am, 10 months in 10 after sowing, after 10 months, you can start the harvesting. Okay. And it is ready for extraction for essential oil. Minimum 10
Okay.
months, minimum 10 to 11 months, 10 months. Yeah.
Okay. And what are the best propagation methods for vetiver farming?
Ma'am, the vetiver farming is propagated. The slips, it's planted. The slips of vetiver is planted, and which are extracted from the mother plant of vetiver, which is older than 2 to 3 years old.
Okay. Uh, uh, about the methods, any,
Method by mean you mean sowing method?
no, propagation methods, best propagation methods for vetiver farming.
Hmm, propagation. I did not get you. What do you mean by propagation?
So the question is, what are the best propagation methods for vetiver farming?
Ma'am, I did not get you. What do you mean by propagation method?
Okay, I will check out. So next question I'll take in the meantime. What is the average yield of essential oil per acre of vetiver plantation?
The average yield for vetiver oil per acre is 12 kg to 15 kg per acre per annum.
Okay, and And what are the key challenges in vetiver oil production and how can they be overcome?
Ma'am, the key challenges is which new farmers generally face is sometimes they have not they have not, they do not do the proper planting of they do not have proper spacing in the plants. Okay, so at the time of digging, there's a lot of root loss, and at the time of extraction of the oils, we have to take care of some certain things like uh, when we are running the distillation unit, we have to take care of certain things so that if we take care of it, then it's a very good crop.
Okay. And what distillation methods are most efficient for extracting high quality vetiver oil?
Ma'am, when we do the distillation of vetiver, basically steam distillation is very good and hydro distillation is very good method.
Okay.
The best
So exactly,
these two.
can you put some more light on the difference between both the things, both the methods, I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Just hold on for 1 second. I'll show you the image, then you'll get the idea. Hmm. So basically, this unit, which you see in this unit, the furnace is just below the unit. So this is called hydro distillation. The water is just below the unit. Whereas the steam distillation is such that when we have a separate unit which makes the steam, and through pipeline, there's only a small pipeline collected. Okay, and then that is called steam distillation. The furnace is where the boiler is there. Okay, so in boiler system we
Mm.
generate the steam outside the unit, and in hydro distillation system we generate the steam uh, within the unit. Okay, so this is the main difference in between these two techniques. Both the techniques are good, and farmers can opt whichever technique it feels is reasonable. For example, the steam distillation techniques. In steam distillation, since the boiler is a separate unit, so around 2 lakh rupees uh, he has to spare more for for that boiler steam distillation unit. Okay, so but the yield is not there's not a very huge difference. So I think if there's a new farmer, he must start with this hydro distillation only. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does the quality of vetiver oil vary with different growing regions?
Yeah, vetiver oil varies sometimes when in from region to region. For example, the southern vetiver oil is has a bit more sweety note and than the northern vetiver. Okay, in north, Uttar Pradesh is the biggest producer of vetiver oil, and in south, I don't know the exactly which state, but still it is being done in Tamil Nadu and those regions. From southern south region, the vetiver oil has more sweet note. Okay, yeah. So this is the different from region to region. Okay.
Okay. And what are the current market trends and demand for vetiver essential oil?
Ma'am, the current market price of vetiver essential oil is somewhere around 18 to 20,000 rupees. Okay. Last I heard when it was sold, it was somewhere around 19,500 rupees per kg. Okay. And if we talk about demand, so basically, I think India alone would be exporting somewhere around 20 to 30 tons of vetiver essential oil every year. Minimum, this is a minimum figure. Could go up to 50 to 70, 80 tons also. Okay. So 30, 40 tons is what India exports every year, minimum. Like, okay. And there's a huge demand. And obviously, as I told you, like out of 1 acre, just 12 to 15 kg of essential oil is extracted. So you can guess how much demand is there all over India. And if we talk about export demand, like China, USA, Europe, these regions have a huge demand for vetiver. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what certifications are needed for exporting vetiver essential oil?
Ma'am, that you will have to ask an export person. I do not export currently. And if one is to export, I think minimum is export license one needs. Okay, import export license one needs, and that for that there are a lot of export consultants. You can consult with them if you want, if one wants to export,
Mm, okay.
but no special license for this since it's a farmer's commodity. There's no special clearance, from the government. Just like any other product is exported, this is also exported.
Okay. So we have the last question now.
Yeah.
Can vetiver be intercropped with other plants for better land utilization?
Yes. So, ma'am, vetiver can be intercropped. In fact, in between the rows of vetiver, a lot of people vetiver, a lot of do people do mentha, that is peppermint, and also sometimes they do tulsi also. Okay, so the reason, so when do we do the intercropping? When the crop is in the first quarter, you can do intercropping, or maybe first 4 months. After that, I would not suggest to do any crop, because as you can see, when the crop is like short in height, people can do intercropping. But after that, when it starts growing, so it grows very fast. You can see in the photo behind this man who's standing, so you can see nothing grows around it. Okay, so the height of this vetiver is somewhere around 6 feet, 7 feet in some areas. Okay, so it does not let anything grow around it. Okay, so if one wants to do intercropping, then one should do within the first 4 months, and the crop should be finished with after no more than 4 months time. Okay, so I would say peppermint one can do. It is also an aroma. It yields a good amount of money, and also the same unit can be used to distill the peppermint oil. Okay, short crops should be done. Short heighted crop should be done within the first 4 months of this crop. Yeah.
Okay. So, fine. One important question. What can you let us know a little about the investment part?
Yeah. So 1 second, show you. Yeah. If we talk about investment, then these are the expenses, and field preparation 1500 rupees, sowing is 1000 rupees, irrigation management 3000 rupees, fertilizer 3000 rupees, weed management 2000. Harvesting mechanically it is done. Uh, there's a implement tied back at the back of the tractor, and then 5000 rupees for that, and another 5000 for the root cutting and all that. Okay, and then distillation cost is around 2000 rupees, 2000 to maybe 4000 also. There are two batches which are getting ready. Okay, then the total cost would somewhere be around 22,500 rupees. Okay, minimum oil here we have taken a very low rate, 15,000 rupees per kg, And if there is a 12 kg yield, so according to that, the revenue will be 1,80,000 rupees. And net income after expenses, deducting the expenses, our income will be 1,57,000 rupees. Okay. In this, I have taken the minimum scenario, but easily, if one does this crop, one can easily attain from 1,80,000 to 2 lakh rupees per acre per annum.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And can it be grown on our terrace garden and all
Mhm.
home garden, I mean to
Yeah,
say?
for home garden it can be done, but not for commercial purposes. You can extract it. If you want, you can extract its roots. Otherwise, you don't want, don't extract it. But it's a very green plant. It's a very, very beautiful plant. It will definitely beautify your terrace garden. And very being a rough and tough crop, being an all year crop, it's a it's a very beautiful crop. Okay,
Okay. And
so.
what about its consumption for home purpose? How it can be
Uh,
consumed?
So vetiver roots are basically people have been consuming through thousands of years. The green sharbat pick of Patanjali, which I showed earlier, is being
Mm.
consumed already at our households. If you
That
guys want,
I mean that
yeah.
I do consume that
Okay,
Patanjali's.
okay, great. So the summers are here, especially, so people are
No, no,
consuming
no.
it.
Like if
Yeah.
in the home garden, if we
Mhm.
are growing it,
Yeah, yeah.
at what stage it can be consumed?
Oh,
Like
at what
we
stage?
can,
See, I would not, because you cannot extract the essential oil at home. So, whatever,
other than the
sure.
oil,
Uh-huh.
other than oil,
Other than the oil, I think the beauty purposes, its roots can be used. After like maybe 1 year, the roots can be extracted. Okay. And then
mm,
the roots should be cut. And then again, that same plant can be planted also. Okay.
okay,
Then
okay.
roots should be cut and roots should be used for culinary purposes also. In a lot of dishes, khas is used, and
Mm,
you can boil the roots and get the water out of it. It will be called khas hydrosol, and then you can boil it again and again also, because hydrosol, the roots have a lot of essential oil, so you can keep the dry roots. Whenever you want some oil for your skin, so some water for your skin, some just like gulab gel, there's a khas gel also.
mm, mm,
Okay.
mm,
And if you know Forest Essentials and Kama Ayurveda, and a lot of products of these companies, they are using khus and the creams and all that. So yeah, so about that. And apart from that, I haven't shown in here, but a lot of products are made out of khus roots also. I'll show you on Google. Uh,
yeah,
Veti,
the like during the
like,
summer, that the
yeah,
shade, the
this
curtains you're talking
for,
about.
yeah, curtains. Wait a second.
Like we long time year ago, we used to use that kind of thing.
No, no, there are hats also being made out of it. Soap is made out of it.
Mm,
See, see, there's slippers made out of it. It is there on Flipkart also. People can buy. Vetiver root powder is also used. So this is a loofah made out of vetiver. So people are using it for their bathing purposes also. See, this
mm,
is a loofah. Loofah means for shower gel it is used. Okay,
okay.
so this is a loofah. So you put your shower gel on it and then you can rub your body, and
Mm, mm,
apart from that, slippers are being made, and then there's hat. Hat is also, I've seen vetiver hat also. And one more thing, you can put this vetiver in your water cooler also. So vetiver has a very good quality that it absorbs all the toxicity. So in Jodhpur region, where there are a lot of industries, government, and in Jharkhand also, where there are a lot of mining has taken place. So it is done for land restoration. So it has this
mm.
quality, like it can absorb lot of hard chemicals also. Okay. So vetiver purifies the water. Okay. And vetiver roots, people are using it, for cleaning of water also. Like um, in rivers and in ponds, people have made foam structures, and in that they have planted vetiver, which is growing just out of water. Okay, so I think it has a lot of benefits which we don't know about, but in our shastras there is a lot of mentioning about the vetiver, and people it is very common in households, like vetiver is put inside the water and then you can drink that water also.
Okay.
So all these things are there.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a very good website I would like to mention if people can explore. It is known as Vetiver Root Network.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, One second. See, so here a lot have been. This is a website dedicated to vetiver. Okay, a lot have been mentioned about it. Vetiver Roots network is such that it cleans the water also. So uh, I would say key to explore this, you know,
Mm.
this page, and it is also used to plant inside the plantations. So what happens is like it acts as a acts like there are some parasite plants and there are some giving plants also. So what happens is it provides nutrition to the plantations. So as you can see in this photo, it is planted in the banana plantation. So what
Mm.
happens is it mobilizes the nutrition to the banana crop. Okay, so it's a
Okay.
very unique crop, and see, this is planted on the river banks to avoid the erosion. Okay,
Right.
and
Okay.
Namami Gange, it's a very key primary co-op. I think crores and crores of slips have been planted in the Namami Gange project in India, just to save those river banks so they don't get washed away, you know. So yeah, that's it
Oh.
from my side.
Okay, Mr. Samir. So it was nice to know more about Vetiver
Thank you
and
so
its
much, Rajni.
best uses. Okay. Okay, Mr. Samir. So we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for the presentation, answering all the questions. So we'll be closing this meeting now, and I'll share the recording of this on your email address.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Nice to
Thank
speak
you.
with you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
wish
ma'am.
you a happy Holi.
Thank you, thank you. Happy Holi to you and all your listeners also. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.